share something very personal with you. For most of my Christian life, I was not a praying Christian. And it wasn't because I didn't believe in prayer. I did believe in prayer. I just didn't believe in me. I didn't believe that God would answer the prayers of some lowly, unknown nobody of a Christian like myself. I could see God answering the prayers of great Christians. I could see him answering the prayers of famous Christians in history or Christians in the Bible. But me? Why would God hear somebody like me? In Bible college, I remember hearing over and over Psalm 66:18. If I regard iniquity in my heart, the Lord will not hear me. And I think that the people who are hammering that verse at me were really trying to encourage me not to regard an iniquity in my heart. But to be honest with you, about all it ever did for me was convince me that God was never going to hear my prayers at all. I might as well hang it up, forget it. Because if he wasn't going to hear my prayer because a bad thought entered my mind, well, I was toast. It was many years before I took a closer look at that verse and realized its true meaning. The word regard there means to approve of, to rejoice in, to have respect for. In other words, if I have a heart for iniquity, God will not hear me. Have a heart for iniquity? Well, now that's different. No, I didn't have a heart for iniquity. I didn't respect it. I didn't approve of it. I didn't condone it. In fact, no born-again Christian does. That verse isn't talking about God's children at all. In fact, the wickedest, most pathetic, most miserable and defeated believer on earth is miserable over the besetting sin that so easily overtakes him. And in that Psalm 66, the verses that go on say, but verily God hath heard me. You know, I wished I'd have just kept reading what came next. God hath heard me, he hath attended to the voice of my prayer. Blessed be God, which hath not turned away my prayer, nor his mercy from me. God never turns away his mercy or his ear from his children, and he never turns away from their prayers. You say, well, what if a Christian has sin in his life? Then when you pray, guess what the first thing he's going to call attention to you about is? That sin. He's going to convict you, to confess it and forsake you. And answered prayer is the habitual experience of his children. In fact, that's how you become a child of God in the first place. You recognize your sin. You recognize that Christ died on the cross to pay for those sins. He rose to give you victory over death. And you repent of that sin. You put your trust in him and you call on him for salvation.